So there I was, surrounded by a dozen human with spears, and I was totally unarmed. This was back before I got my nice armor, so I wasn't just going to be able to shrug them off. Now if they all attacked me at once, that might have been it for me. But one of them got skittish and lunged at me early. So I grabbed his spear and spun him around. One move and I had knocked them all to the ground. And now here's the fun part. The human never let go. I almost literally picked up one human and used it to beat the rest. Huh? Oh, hello, human. How are you holding up? You're keeping everyone's cups full. Getting along with the rest of the servers? No refill for me. Actually, I think I should get going. Go ahead and get your things. Don't forget your coat. It's freezing out there. Hey, Gillig. I'm heading out. Thanks for hosting this feast. Everything was great. Alright, human. Do you have everything? Great. Let's go. Alright, so tell me what's bothering you. Don't try to pull that with me. We haven't known each other all that long, but it's been long enough for me to know when something's wrong. What's going on? Are you... Wait, what was that? You flinched when I touched your shoulder. Hold still, let me look. Is that a bruise? Did somebody hit you? Ogre? Of course she did. By far the most disrespectful ogre I know. And that's saying something. She treats servants terribly. The thing is, she wasn't always bad. A little belligerent, sure, but she at least knew how to treat people's property. Then she took a job with the Amazons. They got it in her head that women need to fight twice as hard to earn respect as warriors, and constantly show their strengths. Thing is, ogres don't even care about that sort of thing. I've never once heard about an ogre who was looked down on for being female. But I think what those Amazons said appealed to her, so now she uses it as an excuse to be rude and domineering. But more importantly, why didn't I hear about this? You should have said something. You didn't want to make a fuss. Well, I have to say that I respect that you were able to take a hit like that and keep working without causing a scene. But don't ever do that again. There's no reason to have you endure abuse like that. And if you don't stand up for yourself, ogres will see you as an easy target. Listen, I hope you haven't gotten the impression that because I took you back as a servant, that you'd take whatever gets dished out on you. It's not that kind of arrangement. We do this only because we need every edge we can to survive. We don't need to bring in other races to learn from them so much anymore. But keeping a servant to take care of things so we can focus on training keeps us in top shape. If we're not constantly getting stronger, there's plenty of kingdoms that would like nothing more than to wipe us out. So we do it because we need to, not because we think it's fun or something. You can and should stand up for yourself. Actually, on that note, I have something that should help. Here, take this. Relax, it's just a knife. Though I guess to you, it looks pretty oversized. This ought to help you keep any knuckleheads off your back. No, I know you couldn't beat an ogre in a fight, let alone with just a knife. You won't ever have to use it. It's more of a symbolic thing. If you're carrying this around, it shows that I've allowed you to carry a weapon. It means I take your safety seriously, and that I'll be harsh to anyone who threatens you. Even someone like Ogre will think twice before messing with you again. Although there's nothing we can do about her bad attitude. And if anything else happens, then tell me about it, yeah? Alright. Lecture over. Good timing, too. We're home. this breastplate off. I guess I'd understand why you'd be expected to wear your armor to a victory feast. But it's such a pain. Ah, much better. Too bad that protection and comfort seems to be opposite where armor is concerned. Let's see. I don't think I need anything else from you tonight. But we should go over the next job I'm taking. There seems to be a dispute in some city-state, populated by vampires if you can believe it. A king in one of the elf kingdoms has a bone to pick with one of them, and he's willing to attack the whole place to get at her. Sounds like they have everything handled, honestly, but they're awfully cautious. The elf army retreated, but they hired a few ogres to patrol the walls during the day, just in case. They have some sort of means of fighting in daylight, but it takes a bit of preparation, so they want us to hold any enemies at bay until they're ready. Shouldn't be hard. No one sees a squad of ogres and doesn't pause to make a plan. But here's where it gets tricky. A couple of ogres are being hired for another gig. We don't know the details for sure. They've been awfully secretive. But we think it might be the Elf King that's hiring them. So there's a possibility we'll be up on different sides. Nah, it's not a big deal. Hardly the first time both sides have gotten the idea to get ogres on their side. We try to avoid fighting each other when it happens, but if push comes to shove, it's basically just a duel. The winner won't kill the other. Part of the contract and all that. Makes for a good story, and you get to prove that you're the better fighter. Overall, a pretty easy job, but we'll be gone for quite a while. I don't think much will probably happen, but maybe I'll get to take an elf as spoils. Not sure whether they'll make a good replacement for you, but I think you've been working for me long enough, so I'm happy to make do. What's the matter? You've got a dark expression all of a sudden. I'd figured you'd be happy to hear your term is almost up. Uh-huh. So you don't know what you'll do once you're done? I figured you'd just head back home, right? Is there some reason you can't go back? That's rough. I had no idea, and your idiot king wasn't making that any easier, was it? Well, you know, I've always wanted an apprentice. No, not like what you've been doing. I've just been giving you busy work that I can't be bothered with. I mean more like a fighting partner. That's cute. You're a better fighter than you think. I fight humans all the time, often skilled ones, but you stand out. You keep a cool head even when you're in danger. But when we fought, you stood your ground when everyone else ran. And earlier tonight, you took blows from someone bigger and stronger than you, without a peep. That's one of the hardest things to teach. It's always better to be born with it. Everything else can be learned with the right trainer. And I don't mean to brag, but I'm a pretty good trainer. You might have already noticed that lots of ogres come to me for sparring or advice. To be honest, I'm not sure what your strengths are just yet. We'll have to see what sort of fighter you are. But if this is what you want, it'd be great having you as a partner. There are things an ogre can't do very well in a fight thanks to our size. And having a human go between would make it easier to work with those that aren't comfortable with ogres. So what do you think? There's no pressure, just an option. Well then we better start training. Shouldn't be too hard to do that on the next job, as long as we do it while patrolling. I actually prefer to train on the move anyhow. You need to know how to fight while staying mobile in a battle. For now, go ahead and get some sleep. We'll pack and head out in the morning. I look forward to working with you.